Good morning, everyone. Can I adjust this while we're okay? Oh, look at that. So I'm using OBS, which I don't know. I didn't start off with OBS. I've got these other programs over here, but they are quite limited in their I don't know, nuances, whatever. So can I turn that on while I'm doing this? Oh, look at that. Okay. So I'm learning this software, whatever. Okay. The Kyle Rittenhouse trial. I didn't really plan this video out much. I'm off the cuff, off the hook, off the hip, like always. But right before I got thrown off Twitter because of David. That's a joke. David doesn't think so, but fuck him. For saying Negro, in response to the Biden saying Negro, I thought it was the N word, not N words. And by the way, if you're offended because I say nigger or Negro, but you're not offended when Dave Chappelle does it, you're the problem. I'm just saying. We sit here on vivabarnes.law and we talk about rules for thee and not for me and all that bullshit. All right. But it's funny how people don't apply that to all areas of their life and think they're not the problem. And not saying we all have tendencies to be somewhat hypocritical. But the point I'm trying to make is once you're aware of your hypocrisy, you should do the best to figure out which side you're on and then be true to it. If you're okay with blacks saying Negro or nigger in their songs or in their jokes, but you're not okay with me rapping or making jokes with the word nigger, then you're part of the problem because I'm not racist. But anyways, I digress. So before I got kicked off Twitter, I had tweeted to David that early on, like when the prosecutor, not the fat guy, but the skinny guy, Laurel and Hardy. Oh my God. Somebody meme that shit up. Laurel and Hardy. Oh, all right. I don't know why I give so much of my material to other people so they can have great lives and be popular while I'm over here, being called a racist for no fucking reason. But anyways, now, which one's which? Okay, let's see here. Laurel and Hardy. Which one's which? In case a lot of you don't know who Laurel and Hardy is. Laurel and Hardy. Laurel, okay, and Hardy. So I'm going to assume Hardy's on the right and Laurel's on the left. So Hardy, when Hardy tried to trying to look for the proper legal word. Oh, it's not going to come. Show Kyle was lying. What's it called? Not exculpatory. Prove someone's lying. God damn it. Whatever. I can't remember. When you interrogate someone, when you're okay, that's it. Anyways, pooh. When he was trying to say because he hadn't testified up to that point, and the judge said, "What the fuck are you doing?" I'm like, "Whoa, this dude!" I said, "This guy is trying for a mistrial," and this is before everybody started. This is before David did his show about kicking the cat. Which this is why I know David's mad at me because, anyways, he wouldn't post that kicking the cat on the thing, but he posted everybody else's, and I know he laughed at it, but for some reason he's decided to no longer engage with me. We were never actually engaged. He's married, which I find kind of cowardly, to be honest. But hey, no one's perfect. I still love the guy. I still support. I'm not one of these people that get offended and go, "Oh my God, I'm going to stop sending you money and I'm going to stop doing all this stuff." But I am a little bit less likely to throw in the coffers. But I'm still here on locals, and I'm still enriching the channel with my genius fucking finds because I'm all over the place. Because just like David, I don't sleep much, and all that. I'm way smarter though. Not as good looking. But hey, that's why he's got two beautiful kids, three beautiful, whatever, David. You can tell I'm a little butthurt here. But I thought, right, again, I'm like, dude, this dude's trying to throw it. All right, so if we look at the big picture as it starts and not wrapped up, I'm so glad Kyle got, found innocent, by the way, because like everybody's saying, he should never have been in the situation. It was an affront to justice in the first place. But being I've had more trial experience than David has in the criminal world, criminal law. Not as a lawyer, though. Anyways, prosecutorial misconduct happens way more often than anyone wants to admit or cares. Even so, I lived in Washington State. I ran for governor, by the way. No one would support me, though. Maybe they will now. Washington State has the RCWs, which are the revised Constitution of Washington State. They call them RCWs, which states that a prosecutor shall not charge defendants or suspects or whatever with crimes that are above and beyond the actual crime committed, in hopes that they would get a plea bargain, and whatnot, to plead to lesser crimes or the actual crime. That's against the law, but they do it all the time. They do it all the time. All right, so there's all sorts of problems in our system that if you're in the system, it's part of the game, whatever. And that's why if you have, that's the difference between a public defender and a paid lawyer. Prosecutors are far more likely to play shenanigans with public defenders than they are with paid lawyers. Anyways, so to get to the point, the point is, there was this, okay, so if we take into consideration, why would this lawyer not take the help that Robert Barnes so generously offered, put together, that could only benefit him, like Robert says, why wouldn't you just let him in? You don't have to take their advice, you don't even have to hear it, but at least if you did want to hear it, for whatever reasons, you had it there by letting him in and watch. Ego could be it. It could be just, or they all knew, except the judge. The judge couldn't be in on it. Obviously, he's not in on it. So they all had come to agreement on how it was going to be ran, and what they were hoping for. It was a predetermined outcome. I'm still, my hush-hush, or whatever take on this is, so they probably were going to try to get a mistrial with prejudice or something along those lines so that the prosecution wouldn't have to lose their ass or their job, and they could say, well, we tried, but that defense attorney, he was just too good, blah, blah, blah. But then things started going a certain way. Rosenbaum, so the judge isn't on it, and Rosenbaum saying, yes, I pointed the gun at him first. I don't know, there's so many surprises in this trial that it couldn't possibly be an experienced prosecutor's. There's no way it would happen like this. There's no way the star witness would answer in a way that would sink the prosecution's. This isn't Perry Mason. We're not on black and white TV. This is an experienced prosecutor, whether he's good or not. Second, prosecutors know judges. Lawyers know judges. Robert Barnes talks about it. Certain judges, whether they're corporate friendly or whether they're First Amendment friendly. You know how they generally tend to rule on evidence and things of this nature. So There's a lot of shenanigans going on here that were outside the court, and I believe it's the corruption of our FBI. I believe the FBI had their fucking hand deep into this thing. I believe juror number 4. Now, I'm just going off the top of my head because I'm fucking brilliant like that. No, I'm not a lawyer. I believe, but that, whatever, we thought number 56, which ends up being juror number 4, the Karen, right? When Dave does his side analysis or on his own show about the memo asking and demanding and saying, well, being the real cunty little note given to the judge saying, could you have this prepared? We'll send for it at our leisure. How this talks about a Karen. Okay, and yeah, that made all the sense in the world, still does, but how the fuck do you go from 6-4 and 6 against to not guilty on all charges? No. That doesn't happen. Especially if it's a Karen. Especially if the evaluation of that memo is at all accurate. That, this person was used to people doing what they want. This person was used to having their demands met. Blah, blah, and their opinion taken as blah, 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 blah. And the fact that she was repeating the words of the prosecution, not repeating the words of the defense, would mean she was leaning for guilty. Or he or she, yeah, whatever. So if we take those clues and we apply them, or I apply them, I don't know about you, but this is how I'm like, so this wasn't a Karen. This was an FBI plant. And for whatever reasons, right, the powers that be decided, for whatever reason, it met their for some reason a mistrial because, okay, so I imagine big time lawyer blocks Barnes, right? Why? Doesn't make any sense. Free money, free stuff is free stuff, right? Because they already knew how the trial was going to go, except the judge was in on it because the judge can't be in on it because if the judge was in on it, that's just corruption that a 45-year judge or 40-year judge would never, he's old school. He's not about that crap. Okay. He's not political. He's about justice. Good old dude. I look like the Golem. His teeth are all black. The judge was honest, and he's fucking up their fucking plans. The prosecutor and this big-time lawyer had already come to agreement on how it was going to go. Big-time lawyer was going to get a mistrial, and the prosecution was going to get a chance to retry the motherfucker, right? Something along those lines. Except things started going because the judge wasn't given the mistrial quite as quick as he should have. That's kind of weird. But the judge is under the assumption that the prosecution is living by a certain ethical standard and not doing this on purpose, right? Which is obviously he was doing it on purpose. First thing I said was, this motherfucker's trying for a mistrial. He doesn't want to look like a fool. He doesn't want to go to the jury because he doesn't want to look like a fool, or they never planned on it to go to the jury, right? Okay. So the FBI is in on this. The prosecutor, FBI are in on this. They cut a deal with this big-time lawyer who's not that fucking good at this shit, right? And that's why he cuts everybody else out, because there's no need for that shit. There's no need for it because we've already got a predestined, but an honest a judge can fuck all that up. And so for whatever reason, during the jury deliberation, maybe the FBI informant said, fuck, I can't. 6 of these people were actual intelligent citizens that looked at the evidence, and there's fucking no way. Maybe my brain's working. Maybe the FBI and this big time lawyer and the prosecutor said, look, we're going to find him guilty because we can do that. And then he's going to get out on appeal. Just like, they're like, that way we get the guilty verdict for Black Lives Matters. The city doesn't burn. Kyle does a year and a half in jail, gets out on appeals. Nobody notices. Less bloodshed, harm, whatever. Whatever way they're justifying manipulating the system, the FBI, whatever, because they do. They're always going to have some sort of nobler, greater good cause type, mentality involved. So the FBI says, okay, prosecutor, do a couple things that big time lawyer will object to, so a lot of people don't understand this, at least in Washington State. Like I said, my experience in Washington State. If you fail to object to something, you lose the right to appeal it afterwards. So it's pretty important that when you have a lawyer, not a public fucking defender, if you go to trial with a public defender and he fucking fails to object to one fucking thing during the whole fucking trial, you're probably going to fucking prison for a long time. Whoop, whoop. All right. So the FBI pays off big time lawyer. He gets his face in the news. He gets a nice payoff. Buddy with the FBI. The prosecutor gets his guilty verdict, and Rittenhouse gets out of jail about a year and a half later. Nobody notices. All right. That's probably the plan. Except fucking Laurel and Hardy are kind of fucking stupid, and Rosenbaum is fucking really stupid. Like, really stupid. Anyways, he's dumb enough to pull a gun on a guy with an R. Why would you pull a gun on a guy who's got an AR-15 as you're running up on him? Why would you run up on him? It's a gun. You can shoot him from like 10, 15, 20 feet away. You don't have to run up like... Okay, anyways. So, they probably figured they could get a guilty verdict. That might have been the plan. Not a mistrial, but a guilty verdict. And suddenly, though, there's fucking 4 or 5, 6 jurors that are like, fuck you. You are not convincing me. That kid's innocent, right? So now their plan's messed up. What do they do? Well, now, now they fucked up so bad in the trial that if they don't get a verdict, a hung jury, the judge is probably going to dismiss with prejudice. So, mistrial with prejudice. And that's going to be a big lose for everyone. So they say, fuck it. Go not guilty. And we'll go from there. Who knows? I don't know. These are just scenarios I'm running through my criminally active brain about corruption. And because... this thing was rigged, all right? What was in, what they say? Mafia, something was in. God damn it. It's how my brain, too much drugs over the years. Something was in. What do they call that? God damn it. Mafia term, something on the end. Something's in. Mafia term. I can't remember what I was saying. In. The fix was on. All right. I go from in to on, off and on. Drugged. Yeah. The fix was in. The fix was on the whole time. All right. Somebody's going to take a dive in the 4th round. Oh, and I know Robert Buns likes the reference. God damn, now my brain's starts with an S. Brad Pitt, Irish. Take a fall in the 4th round. Doesn't do it. What's that fucking movie called? Swank, Swift, Swag. I don't know. I did stop doing drugs like 4 months ago. I know it's kind of early. All right, so it's 3:30 in the morning. That's my hush hush about Kyle Rittenhouse. Hats off to the judge and Kyle Rittenhouse. because those are the only two honest motherfuckers in that fucking room. And the jury. Jury number 4 was an FBI plant. The fix was in. Fix was on. God damn it. All right, everybody. That's my take. It's Captain Kirk, fading out.